If any man ever tells you this words, don't marry him. No matter how you feel about him, no matter how far the relationship has gone, no matter how long you think you've waited for him, or no matter how old you think you are, don't marry him. Marriage is a forever on earth thing, and you don't want to do it with the wrong person. Yes. Like, I mean, why would you even go into a marriage? My name is Lucy Daniel, and we're going to be talking about signs to run away from when you see in a guy, in your boyfriend, in your male friend, in your fiance, in your husband to be, whatever word that fits that word, that whole explanation. One, if he tells you that, let me just marry you. Like, did you hear that word? Let me just marry you because you've waited for me. My sister don't. That means he has an option. If not because you waited for him, probably he wouldn't have married you. And that means there is a form of atom of pity in it. Let me just marry you. Just marry. That means he is not feeling the marriage thing with you. He is not feeling the love thing with you. Don't go into that marriage. No matter how much time you feel you've spent in that relationship, no matter resources you think you've put into it, don't go into it. Don't go into it. Like, why would you just say, let me just marry you? You are not something to be considered. You're something to be wrong, to be walked after. Like, you're a person that they need to appreciate and want, you know? And if he tells you that, if he always tells you the person that will marry you will really, really, really suffer, or the person that will marry you will always have to try, my sister, don't marry him. In fact, in this case, he's not even ready to get married to you because he's saying the person that will marry you. That means he is not into you at all. He is not into you. He's just whiling away time with you. For that note, I will tell you, run, leave, run, 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 leave. If he tells you that, I pity your condition, yeah, I am pitying you. Let me just marry you. Pity. From that word pity, run for your dear life. Any marriage that is consummated on the ground of pity never lasts. Because over the time, offenses always come in marriage. Let's not hide about it. He will begin to regret why he finally decided to marry you as a result of pity. Don't go into marriage for pity. If he tells you, this your shape, you are going to reduce it. Oh, this your that, this your that, is an indicator for you to run for your life. As women, as we tend to grow in marriage, we tend to give birth, we tend to get relaxed, we tend to expand. If you cannot appreciate your size the way you are presently, that means he's never going to appreciate your size when you enter his house. That is just the truth. Let's not play about this one. He won't appreciate it. Because, okay, I wasn't like this when I got married. I was like this. And now I'm like this. And I'm still going to increase, except for the fact that I always watch it with exercise and all that. So if he does not appreciate your present size and your looks, don't get married to him. Yes. But that does not mean you should not improve on yourself, improve on your looks, and improve on things you will do in marriage. Marriage is a whole lot. Okay? If he tells you you cannot even take care of yourself, you want me to always give you money, to always give you money. Now, I am not saying you should be a money monger in a relationship, no. But there are little things that you get to understand that this man will take care of you and the children you will bring forth in that marriage. If he is not showing any sign of those things, my sister, don't go into it. Like, I am serious, don't go into it. If he's always expecting you to foot the bills, and when you ask him for a little thing, I know some of us can be outrageously outrageous. Okay, but if you ask him for little things, like he doesn't recharge your phone, he doesn't call you, he doesn't reply your text messages, don't go into it. Some might say it's my habit. It's not his habit. You always make out time for things you care about. If you're sick, for example, you make time to see the doctor. If you need to make your hair, you make time to see the person, the salonist, right? So he can't tell you that is his attitude and you take it. That's a no-go area when it comes to marriage. When he tells you that you need to leave your job, you need to stop doing this after we get married, you need to stop doing that after we get married. Now, this is in the context I'm referring it to. If you have a decent job that pays you and you're earning well, and you know in the future it's not going to affect your family or it's not going to have any bad schedule on you, and it tells you you have to leave the job before you get married or after you get married, my sister, that's an indicator. Don't don't go into that marriage. Don't go into that marriage at all. If he complains about your family, he's saying, I don't like the way your sister did this, your sister did that, your sister did that. Don't go into that marriage. Yes. Why am I saying that? We are Africans, obviously. Like, we are Africans. You have family around you. You need family around you. So if he starts complaining about your family right from the onset in that relationship, that means he's never going to appreciate them. Complaints is lack of appreciation. So don't let that start, even when you know you can't control it in the future, except you want to become an island on your own in your family. Obviously, I don't advise families to always troop into newlywed home or to interfere in people's marriages. But there are things, girl, that you won't let it start if you want a happy marriage with the man God has chosen for you or you have chosen for yourself. There are two different things, huh? I won't dive into that today. Okay, if he cannot take you out while you are still dating or courting, as the case may be, don't don't go into it. Marriage comes with a lot of things that you need to take you out, you need to go out, you need to have family time. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be extravagant when you go out. No. You just have to appreciate yourself. Going out can be taking a walk, stroll around the community, and all that. If it does not show all those signs, ah, babe, I think you need to have a rethink about that marriage. I mean, wedding is one day, marriage is forever. Marriage is from the moment you say, I do. Marriage begins. If he shouts at you in the presence of everybody and anything, don't go into it. He would not respect you. Often that is a sign for you to run away, to avoid being malhandled in a marriage and giving you a black eye. Let's avoid it. If a man cannot respect you in the presence of his friends and in the presence of his family members, and if he does not respect your own opinion when you say something, don't go into it. Now, that does not mean you should want to talk about everything and anything you see. No. Those things are also another trigger for a man. Okay? If he shouts at you and consider you a second class citizen in any form, don't go into it. When you talk about growth in marriage, when you talk about family in marriage, when you talk about how to expand life in marriage, and it seems not to contribute, my sister, is an indicator. Don't go into it. You might end up being the only person in that marriage. Ash, and that hurts. Being the only person in a marriage is really not advisable for any sister or any woman to go into at all. When you see some signs from his family even before you go into the marriage. Now, you believe that we always say, I'm going to get married to my husband, my men and me alone. Yes, your men and you alone. We are Africans, remember? You get married to your man and every other person around him, his board of directors, I mean his friends. You get married to them too. Yes, the difference is that you're living with one day in, day out, and the others control their affairs outside before he comes back to the house for you. So you should also see all those indicators and know how to curtail them before you get into any kind of marriage you want to do. When he tells you, after we get married, your mother will not do this, your sister will not do that. Eh? He has not gotten married to you, and he wants to separate you with the longest form of generation you ever knew. Is an indicator, my sister. You don't have to go into that marriage. Okay? When he tells you that, you know you are advanced in age, you know you are this, you know you are that. He's trying to put you in a form of pity. Psychologically, he's trying to reduce you to nothing, to know that you have you have a disadvantage and he is being your advantage. Girl, no, 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 no. Don't go into that marriage. If he's trying to show you that he's the advantage and you are the disadvantage, don't go into the marriage. Yes. If you are well to do and he comes to you all the time for money, for money, for money, my sister, don't go into that marriage. You end up being alone in that marriage also. You end up being the one doing everything in that marriage. And I mean, marriage is to be enjoyed. Yes, marriage is to be enjoyed while you are working for it. Marriage is not to be endured while you are working for it. They are two different things. You enjoy marriage while you are working for it, meaning there are times that some hurdles will come and you have to fix it and move on and still come back and smile, cuddle, and go back to normal. Not you're always trying to fight it. If you people don't have a conversation, a clean, clear conversation without quarrel, if you people cannot have an hour of discussion without a quarrel, don't go into it. Yes. And all these indicators is saying if you, the lady, is the one that is quiet, that is kind, that is full of character, some ladies can be something else on a serious note. But if you know and you can attest to it that you're a person of character and you're a person of good home bringing, definitely, and you're seeing all those things in a man, don't go into it because it is better not to start something and people say, hey, after a very long time you did not get married. It's better rather than she got married and this is what she's going through. There are two. If you see an attitude about him that you don't like and he tells you, hey, don't worry, I will change after we get married. Maybe he's always texting girls or not giving you attention. And you said, I will change. When we get married, I'll become your total package. It's a lie. Yes, my sister, it's a big lie. Men don't change after marriage. Everything you can't change before you get into a union or get into anything, you don't change it afterwards. Yes, that's just the truth. Let's tell ourselves this bitter cold truth. He would not change. If you don't like his working position, if you don't like his company that he keeps, if you don't like his texting attitude, if you don't like his compliment to girls, he won't change after marriage. Every attitude a man keeps before marriage is actually who he is. And if he tells you, I will change after marriage, except if he has taken a positive steps to it to change before that marriage, then consider it okay. But if you say he will later on, don't go into it. I will change, they never change. He does not give you money and tells you, I'm not giving you money. Why am I still talking about money? Please, let's not get the wrong context. I'm just trying to use one of the major problems we all have as women and in the society we are presently. If he tells you, yes, I'm not giving you money now because you're not my wife, and I can't give a woman that is not my wife money, blah, 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 know that he won't change. Yes. Some men might change because they have this tradition, but you need to know who you're dealing with. Over the time you've spent with that person, you've talked to that person, you've discussed things with that person, you should know. If he always waives any serious communication issues, if he always dodges every issue that has to do with family growth or anything, my sister, run. I've told you before, if he does not want you people to have a conversation about growth, if he does not want you to have a conversation about family, if he does not want you to have conversation about finances, if he does not want you to have conversations about investment, then you need to know that that's an indicator for you not to even go into that marriage. Yes. And if you're already in such marriage, I pray that the good Lord will help us all to have a good marriage. Okay, and there are other ways you can also change all that. Okay, but the most important thing is that if he tells you anything, he tells you, I will later, that concerns his attitude, his being, his reactions to things, and tells you, I will change. Or maybe even in a courtship, he hits you and tell you, I am sorry, I didn't mean it, I will change. Don't go into that marriage. I will after marriage is really another trigger for you to think twice about that relationship. Okay. And you don't have to pursue him from all his friends. No, just try to observe his friends, be responsible outside you being his wife. Okay, I've heard people that my husband is my soulmate. Yes, good. My husband is my love. Yes, good. My husband is my friend. Yes, good. But you cannot say my husband is my only friend, because you need a community of things for things to go. You need a community of people, community in the sense that you need different people to learn from different things and different experiences in life. So be responsible enough not to want to chase all his friends away and chase all everybody around, except if you know maybe they are bad influence to him. And also try to see the positive way you can bring good people around him by you being a positive person also. So remember, every family is important, and every community and every group of people you find yourself in creates a family. Yes, because family is a group of people who are either related by blood or by some sort of affiliation. Okay, family is everyone, family is everything, family is everywhere, and family is you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment on the comment section, and I'll really appreciate if you share this video with other people. Okay.